Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. Almost was like presented by Infinity Flux. Boy, that's an old one.
That is an old one, isn't it?
I know.
I mean, it'd be
Um,
that way sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
this is the fourth episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The whole world is watching, which from start to finish, this was a roller coaster ride.
God, it was so good, y'all.
Yep.
Spoilers.
And yeah, absolutely. Like, spoilers, hands down.
There it is.
God, in my opinion, this was the best episode of the series so far.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, easily. Not even.
Like, the first two episodes were really good. Third one was meh. This one's really kicking off.
Yeah, like
really
last week.
off.
Last week really left something to be desired. I wasn't too thrilled with last week, but this one was Marvel TV the way it is supposed to be. Now I know, we needed a little bit of build up last week and all that stuff, but I do have to say,
but still, and it's like I said, these are movie quality.
yeah,
So they're movie wrote scripts, and that would have been just the slow part of the movie. And to watch it by itself, it's just kind of like meh.
this episode called "The Whole World Is Watching for a Reason," which wasn't really revealed until the
end.
And I didn't really pay attention to like what this episode was called until after the episode was over, so I wasn't really like looking for clues or anything.
Right.
But yeah, we had again, full spoilers for this episode. This was a big one. The episode begins, and this is one of the best starts to an episode I've ever seen. Where this is probably the best opening to an episode since they in WandaVision, where she came back from the snap. This was probably the best one since then. Hey, Christopher, welcome to the stream. If you have any care about spoilers for Falcon and Winter Soldier,
don't watch this.
Yeah,
spoilers.
Be
Because
prepared.
we are gonna spoil the shit out of this episode.
They ended up. The beginning of this episode has Bucky in Wakanda 6 years ago.
Yes.
And I guess this was probably right before the events of Infinity War. She goes through that because, they've been working with him and trying to deprogram him and everything. And she gives him all of his like keywords that's supposed to trigger him into being Winter Soldier. They don't work, and it was a moment.
She was like, "Trust me, it's gonna work."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I'm scared." And she's like, if it doesn't, I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone." It was just him and her out by themselves. And he also didn't have his arm either.
Yeah.
So she did take that precaution. And the moment where it didn't work, I mean, Bucky's in tears because he's finally free.
Hell, I was too.
Yeah.
I was having a moment there. Because it's interesting. You've seen his journey from dang near the beginning of the MCU. I mean, his deal's been going on for, almost 10 years in real time. Because Captain America came out in 2010, maybe 2011. And it was, we got to see him, and then, a couple of years later, he was the Winter Soldier, and then, it just, a lot, his has been a very solid story that has kind of carried on throughout the entire franchise. And it was neat to see that moment where everything came together for him. I really think that was probably I'm glad they showed it now as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to like back in like Civil War
No, agreed. Yeah.
or not
Well,
not Civil War, but like Infinity War or
it
something like that.
it means so much more now to this story than it would revealing it in another place in the MCU.
Yeah. Well, he says that they had to build him a new arm during Endgame. What
Mm-hmm.
did I thought he had probably the same arm from Infinity War? Did he not? When he, I want when
Hold
he,
on, didn't he lose it? Hold on, didn't they rebuild it and he lost it and they had to rebuild it again?
I know it was destroyed
Yeah.
to begin with, and they made him a new one, but I wasn't sure when that happened
Mm-hmm.
because what ended up happening is at the very beginning, like he didn't have his arm at all.
Right.
And the Wakandans built him a new one. Well, they of course we see in this episode that they put a failsafe in it to where they could deactivate it should they need to, which actually says something. It says that regardless, I guess they were playing it safe. Which can you blame them? But
no, because
but that had to have been kind of a, I guess, kind of a kick in the nuts to him because they didn't fully trust him to have that failsafe there.
yeah, and you could tell by the look on his face he was shocked. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Well, he says that Christopher says this is a vibranium one. Was his original one not vibranium?
No, it wasn't.
Are we 100% sure
yeah,
on that?
yeah, because that was like when we were watching that they made it out of vibranium. We were like, oh yeah, cool. Like,
But
the other one was not made of that.
the only reason I'm asking why is because in the Winter Soldier, Cap throws his shield at him and he catches it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that if that wasn't a vibranium arm, it would have at least heavily damaged the arm.
Yeah, that's true.
Because vibranium should be able to take anything out, unless that's just a weird plot hole that.
That's probably just a weird plot hole.
Yeah. Oh, Mark. Hey, Mark. We need to get Mark on here at some point. He said basically it just says you don't fuck with Wakanda. Yeah, that's true. I think Wakanda, anything Wakandan made is going to have a failsafe. I don't care who it goes to because they don't want it falling into the wrong hands.
Exactly.
And if somebody,
that way they can stop it if it does.
Yeah, and if somebody did steal the arm and try to replicate it, they would still have a way, I think, to.
I just imagined Rocket trying to steal his arm, like he did that man's leg. Just for the fucking hell of it.
Okay, so Mark says that the original was made in Russia, titanium. Well, see, I didn't think they ever really went because some people had access to vibranium, and the only reason that I thought it might have been vibranium is because he was able to catch Captain America's shield, unless and I don't know. I just feel like Captain America never half-assed did anything. So I feel like if he was throwing his shield at Bucky, knowing at the time,
Bucky's a super soldier, right?
yes.
So of course he caught it.
Well, yeah, but his I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Of course he caught it. He's a super soldier. Like that's.
Mark's doing a little bit of behind the scenes research right
Well,
now. So
he can do that.
Okay, so this episode, we get to see Baron Zemo is he has some major people skills, and we have talked about his people skills since the beginning.
Okay.
Because
After the titanium arm initially given to Barnes by Hydra was destroyed by Iron Man in 2016, he was given a vibranium one.
Okay, so it was titanium
during Infinity War.
Titanium Hydra. So I guess while titanium is not quite as powerful as vibranium, I guess it could hold its own. I'm sure if Captain America had gotten up and just beat the hell out of his arm with a shield like John Walker did with the dude's head earlier.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so intense.
I like Zemo because Zemo, you totally get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I 100% understand why he hates superheroes, why he hates the super serum and the super soldiers, why he does everything that he does, And
he explains it in a very logical way.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, that's how charismatic people are. And once they learn how to explain everything and sound logical about it, that's when they can really do some fucking damage.
Yeah, we all know the time's coming where Zemo's going to royally screw everybody over and
probably
do his own thing.
Or maybe he just wants to be free. Maybe he just wants to do his own fucking thing. Maybe he's tired of this shit. Like, he's like, I'm gonna help these guys out, and I'm gonna go live on Skull Island.
Zemo's
I don't know.
hesitation about destroying, and he would have destroyed them all, but then
He got knocked out, though.
John Walker knocked him out with the shield and everything. They end up getting all the info, and Sam is able to go talk to the lady. What's her name? Carrie. Is that her? Yeah. Carly. I'm sorry. yeah. There's the name right there.
You threw me off when you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, no, wait a minute.
Carly
No,
Morgenthau.
Right.
He ends up going and talking to her, and actually starts making some progress because that's his thing. He's a counselor. He works good with counseling, and I'm sure he would be an excellent hostage negotiator. And he can. And he understands. He's not just doing it, but to do it.
He has people skills as well.
Yeah, he has people
skills.
Set. And he, he legitimately cares. He's not doing it just as a job. Yeah, and I know John is Captain America, but I don't think
that's still a piece of shit. It don't matter. His title don't make shit.
Yeah. He is Captain America, just like Trump was our president for 4 years. Like didn't have to like it, but that's the reality in which we live. Well, he is Captain America right now.
Yeah,
I guarantee
they gave him the title.
I guarantee his little taking of the serum and fucking up and killing a man by bashing his brains in with hundreds of people surrounding, videoing it, which is where the title of this episode comes from. The whole world is watching.
Yeah.
And I think that right there is going to be enough for the government to be like, you know what? Give us that shield back. Yeah, I think everybody's going to realize after this little incident, hey, we fucked up.
But it's going to take him a little bit to get that shield back. He ain't going to give that shit up willingly.
Yep.
Not now. He's done, took the serum, and, his buddy that got killed, Battlestar, wasn't that what they called him?
Yeah.
He told him, he was like, and it's accurate, power just makes you more of who you already are.
Yep.
It doesn't really change you, per se. And, it's like you give power to this person and this person. And they talk about how, they say power didn't change Steve Rogers. Well, it's because it don't change anybody. And Steve Rogers was genuinely a good guy.
Yeah.
So it just made him an even better guy,
Yep.
And John has his issues with his PTSD from Afghanistan that obviously was never dealt with. And taking the serum just increased his issues. It's kind of like if you already have a chemical imbalance in your brain and you add more chemicals to it, it just makes it worse. If it's not the right chemicals you're supposed to be inducing. That's why they give you certain medications for certain mental illnesses. It balances you out.
Yeah.
If you add shit that ain't supposed to be in your body to it, it just makes it worse. That's why he bashed the head in. I almost feel bad for him. Because he's lost, he didn't have a whole lot of control to begin with. Now he don't have any control. And he has super strength.
Yeah, and the only real moral compass he had was his buddy who ran with him.
And now he's gone.
Yeah.
And that was enough to push him. He was already on edge. And that happened. And I do. I don't like him, but I also feel really bad for him.
He's not a horrible guy. He is a and I've said this since the beginning, he is a pawn in a bigger game, and
he is, and it seems like he's always has been.
yeah,
You
I
know.
feel like he has the ability to be something, but it's going to take work. He is a very flawed individual, but he isn't necessarily a bad person. Yes, and it's like Christopher said, Cap's shoes are too big for him. They are.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, Cap's shoes are too big for about 95% of the characters who we've seen in the MCU so far.
Yeah.
Like, Cap's shoes were too big for Tony Stark.
Absolutely.
Tony Stark was not Captain America. No, nobody was Captain America material except pretty much Sam. And maybe Bucky, but I feel like Bucky's
Bucky's still working on himself.
yeah,
though.
that's the thing.
That's
Bucky has enough damage. He's still got that going that he.
But also, I mean, yeah, Sam probably could, but like, Sam does have his own issues. He's just now seeing his issues because he's been gone for 5 years.
You know who I think could make an excellent Captain America?
Who?
Baron Zemo.
I'm sick of you.
God, wouldn't he look good in the red, white, and blue?
He actually would. He'd pull it off. He pulls off anything. He walks around in a fucking fur coat looking like the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know about him.
I like Zemo is one of the most entertaining characters on this show. I love him, and
he does steal the show when they give him a chance.
He's been given his time to shine on here far more than he was in Civil War. Civil War, he was just a evil dickhead who ran around killing people and trying to accomplish his mission. We get to see a lot more of him in this show, and it makes him such a great character.
Amanda, yeah, you right.
What?
A hot piece. Zemo does walk around like a hot piece. He does. And Bucky knows he's got a lot to work on and doing stuff. Yeah. It's awesome to see that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that Zemo did wear the red, white, and blue. He was part of the Thunderbolts.
Oh.
Because the Thunderbolts were a group of superheroes, and Zemo was the leader. And they, like, the volume that I read, he created this super group, and they were really villains, but they were parading as heroes. And then most of the villains in the group decided, hey, the superhero thing's not bad. And so they, a lot of them, I guess, defected or whatever. But that was the first time I'd ever heard of Zemo. I didn't know who Zemo was until I think it was like 96 or 97. And it was after the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, and all of them when they supposedly perished fighting Onslaught in the comics, and then they went to the Heroes Reborn universe. In that power vacuum where pretty much Spider-Man and the X-Men were the only heroes left in New York, the Thunderbolts came up. And there was a whole lot of cool shit that happened during that part. Also, while I'm thinking about it, and I don't know if she's watching right now or not, but want to wish Leah Palmer.
It is Leah's birthday.
Yep, it's Leah's birthday today. So happy birthday, Leah! I told her, I was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a shout out on our stream today. So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday earlier.
Which is also funny because. And now that I've put two and two together, she actually shares a birthday with my son, who, God, turns 20 today. God help us all. Yeah.
One more year and he can go to the cool places.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. I was like, I was like 11 when he was born. No, not really. I was 17.
Okay, Lonnie.
I'm just trying to make myself look younger. I'm not quite 40 yet.
I'm closer to 40 than you are. Say something.
Nope.
Okay. Anyway.
So this episode, I still firmly stand behind my theory that Sharon Carter is the power broker, and this episode did nothing but push me further in that direction. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, and the episode ends with John Walker's partner getting killed, him just going crazy, going out there and just
because he'd already taken the serum.
Yep.
We figure that out when he starts punching people, and he runs out there. He's trying to get Carly. She escapes, but he catches her friend, and she watches him get his head bashed in, which has to be rough.
Yep, and the ending shot where he's standing there looking around at everybody, and the shield shield is stained in blood. Yeah, I was just like,
it was a very eerie ending.
Yes,
like it really almost had like scary movie vibes.
Yeah, because I don't know like where we're gonna go next week. It's like there's no telling. God, of course.
Reminds me of The Purge, honestly.
Of course, where the cats tore the blinds up. Now I've got sun shining directly into my eyes, and it's like so bright I can't even read the chat. I'm just like, God almighty. But yeah, we got like sun reflecting off of a windshield right now. Look at that! Like you can see the shadow on my freaking face.
Oh my gosh, Lonnie.
Oh.
What do you give this episode?
Oh, 11, hands down. 11.
I give it a 1. No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving it an 11.
You better give it twin ones.
Twin ones. I'll make a joke, but I'll just be quiet. All right, yes, 11 it is. Yep. It was great. The fight when the Wakanda soldiers showed up. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, God, that was fantastic.
That was really good, though. That's when Zemo disappeared.
Yeah. This is a...
I almost half-heartedly after, because he has been, helping them out and staying around and whatever, because he could have easily escaped by now.
Yeah.
If he really fucking wanted to. And I almost thought he was going to come back up out of that manhole after they left.
Yeah.
But, no, he escaped. He's hiding out somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see him again.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be some shit if we never saw him again?
Well, that would be kind of crazy.
What the fuck?
That would be right on par with his character, though.
Yeah, it would.
And then him show up later on and, some other... end up being the main villain in the Fantastic Four movie or something.
Some shit, yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny.
All right.
In the sewer all this time just to fuck we all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Spent 5 years in a sewer. All right. Well, that's going to be it for our live review of Captain America.
The Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's going to be Captain America. That's like that's one thing I hate about like toy companies and the internet and hell, even the promotional material. They were already showing freaking in the posters. They were showing dang Sam in the Captain America outfit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
Come on, y'all. The hell? It's like, I don't know. I just don't get it. They're like, hey, no spoilers, but...
look at this picture.
Look at this picture of Sam in the Captain America outfit. I mean, everybody kind of knew it was coming, but you don't want it confirmed before the series even releases. The fuck?
Maybe it's all fake.
You know what? Wouldn't that be funny? Because, companies are getting...
But Marvel does that shit.
Yeah. And kind of like when they put Hulk in the Infinity War trailer. And come to find out, he never turned into Hulk after he got his ass kicked by Thanos. Because there was the scene where it was during the Battle of Wakanda, and it had all the Avengers running towards the screen, and Hulk was there with them. But in the actual movie, he was in the Hulkbuster armor. Mm-hmm. So they had digitally altered it to make it look like it was actually Hulk. And, there's a lot of... Because spoilers have been such an issue lately. Companies have gotten to the point now where they will throw out, fake photos, even Image Comics with Walking Dead. They put out solicitations months in advance for fake issues of the comic book just to throw people off and not give away that they were ending the series when they did. Series ended at 193, and they had pre-orders up for issues 194 and 195 and with fake synopsis and everything, saying, "Hey, get these books; they're going to be hot." And then it ended at 193, and everybody was like, "What?" So
Mark says his prediction is Bucky Cap.
ain't gonna happen. I hate to disappoint you.
I mean, I'd love to see that, but I don't think it's gonna happen either.
I think
Like,
Bucky.
you know, if I had to choose between Bucky and Sam, it's gonna be Bucky because Bucky.
I think
But-
Bucky Cap will happen, but we're gonna see Sam Cap for a while first.
Yeah, I
And
can see that.
it wouldn't surprise me if Sam dies at some point and then Bucky takes up the mantle. That's
Well, he could die, or he really is trying to get his life together for his family,
Mhm.
and that might be more important
Yes,
than the shield.
very
and
real possibility.
He could pass it on to Bucky.
I would like to see
It happened in the comics before Sam Cap. Well,
that. Well, this whole well, yeah, it did, but I don't think it's going to happen here. Just because of the baggage that Bucky's carrying.
yeah.
And I think this whole GRC thing and the way the world's having to rebuild after the snap and all that stuff, I would like to see that become a ongoing plot line that is addressed in the future. I think they'll do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making such a big deal out
Yeah,
of it in the show.
because they showed 2 or 3 different advertisements for it,
Yeah.
just hanging up in random places, and it just that right there really was such a comment on social issues that are really occurring now because they had the posters up, but it's like Zemo said when they showed up where the posters were, the place was a shithole compared to what it was when he was a kid.
Yep.
And the teacher that Sam talked to was like, "Hey, they said they were going to send supplies, and that was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything for us."
Thanks for the help.
You
All right. So we're going to go ahead
Yeah,
and
let's
wrap
wrap
up.
this.
We will be back. Or we're not going to be doing anything tomorrow. I'll probably be on streaming at some point Monday. Schedule permitting. Trying to think of what else might be going on.
We might need to do maybe Mario Kart Monday. Is that a thing or no?
I'll be happy to do that Monday.
Okay.
Unless we have something. Because I've been wanting to review Invincible for a while. But God, it just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed
Yeah.
back. Because we've got other stuff to do. And when we finally do have a free day, I just want to kind of
Hang out.
relax a little bit and not do a whole lot of stuff. But, I do like getting on here and like doing these because this is super fun. Especially, to where we can kind of chat with everybody and get everybody's thoughts on the episodes.
I miss that.
Yep. And that's true. Me and you haven't done a video game stream in over a month. So, anyway, yeah, we'll probably be back on Monday night. Like I said, work schedules permitting. That's when y'all probably see us together next. So, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. This has been the review for episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The whole world is watching, and they definitely were.